fucking in it. Recording now. I'm recording.
There you go. Oh my god, so loud. Hold on. There you go, baby.
Yeah, boy.
I didn't even check it to see if it sounds okay, so I hope it sounds okay.
I mean, you can always adjust
I keep this. Yeah, I don't really care. It's not like I'm good at making audio sound like anything anyway. I don't know why I said that. Well, hello.
Hey.
Guys. This is episode 63. 63 decades of us making this podcast. We are 10,000 years old, and that's what my body feels like. It's also what my brain feels like. Sorry, I was just complaining to Taylor about how I've been miserable, and crying the last many days because for absolutely no reason at all. But my brain is mush, and I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah.
I haven't even been doing anything. And I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this feeling. Maybe it's just my monthly cycle. But that's too much information for you all. But you got it anyway. Anyway, today we're talking about Lana.
Lana Del Rey.
Talking about Lana Del Rey, whose name is actually Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, which me, who lives under a rock, didn't know that her name was not Lana. Until about 20 minutes ago. I don't listen to her really. So I just, cut me some slack. So anyway, she was born in New York and she moved back in 2005 to start her music career. Her success came after the release of her debut single, Video Games, in 2011. Her major label debut, Born to Die, which was released in 2012, proved an international success and spawned her first top 10 single on the Billboard Hot 100. There was also the remix of Summertime Sadness. She released her Paradise EP in 2012, and then her sophomore album, Ultraviolence, in 2014. And then this is her third?
I think.
Anyway, she also did, the Great Gatsby thing. I feel like, I don't know, that's what I know her from. So then since I know her from the Great Gatsby, Young and Beautiful thing, I just assume that that's where everybody else knows her from, which is not true. But
no, I've known of her since her first album.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Really...
All of her songs sound the same to me. Oh, Chris just messaged us.
Yeah.
Which this album does stand apart from the rest of her albums a little bit. Because her other albums have a little bit more of a pop sound to them, while these songs don't. Which is cool that she changed it up a little bit. But I just feel like she sings in the same melody at all times.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
She has a very... No, I totally agree with that. I liked this album, and I like Lana Del. I mean, I don't listen to her really in my free time because I'm in a very happy, committed relationship, so I don't feel the need to listen to it really because I don't feel that pain. And listening to this album, I was mourning breakups that I don't have. Mm-hmm. I'm with someone. Well, we're practically married. We might as well be. So
the cool thing about her music is that it's like a fucking time capsule. A lot of her lyrically, fucking incredible. She, each album of hers, I was on Pitchfork actually, because she got Best New Music with a 9.4, and they were just talking about how all of her music is oh, here it is. For a woman whose songs are like miniature syllabi in American studies, saturated in references to jazz, girl groups, heavy metal, Springsteen, Hemingway and Fitzgerald, money, power, glory, excess, and loss, Whitmanian multitudes, it felt like an act of defiance. So, all the rest of her music is that. This was, flipped. But also still, historic. Ish.
Yeah.
My computer just dinging?
Ding dong, it's me, bitch.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And obviously the title of this album is Norman fucking Rockwell. So.
Rockwell.
Norman fucking Rockwell.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like lyrically, it's. I mean, and I liked it. I like Lana. I don't listen to it in my free time, but like her voice is really calming and really smooth and nice to listen to, and I think like I agree. Like they're all very similar, and she doesn't have a very big range that she sings in, but I think that the lyrics kind of make up for that because the lack of like. Man, I'm doing this thing with my hand where I'm flinging it up and down, and you can't see that, but you know what I mean. That allows you to pay more attention to the lyrics. You know what I mean? But I do wish there was variety. Is the word that I was looking for a minute ago. I do wish there was a little more variety because I did have a difficult time telling the songs apart.
Yeah, I listened
when I was listening.
Every time I listened to this album, it was while I was working, so I wasn't 100% focused. But I've probably listened to it 4 or 5 times total.
Yeah.
A couple times, like not all the way through.
I think I got like 2.5 total listens.
But so it's actually a great album to listen to while you're working because it does sound like one really long song.
Yeah, and it's just it's very soothing and relaxing.
Yeah, like I wouldn't choose to listen to Lana while I'm driving or while I'm cleaning or whatever, but while working, it was fine. It was great. But the only song that did upset me while I was working was Venice Bitch because that song literally is the longest song.
Yeah, and it's like 9.5
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one part like at 6.5 minutes that rubs me the wrong way, and that's when I skip the song. Like I don't realize that Venice Bitch is playing until that point, and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this, and then I skip it.
I realize it's playing, and then it's like one of those things where I'm like, this is still playing.
I know.
This is still playing. And I can't handle that.
Venice Bitch was one of the singles that she released from this album. Along
Who
with
the fuck releases a 9-minute single?
Lana. She released that song and also, hey computer, do you want to work? That would be really neat. Did you see that Jack Antonoff also helped produce on this one?
I did not. Man, he's just making his rounds.
Doing a lot. Yeah, so her and Jack co-produced this.
Nice.
What was I going to say? I don't remember, but I'm about to sneeze if you would like to say something.
Bless you. So, I'll go back to Lana. So she has 21.6 million monthly listeners, and she is 92nd in the world on Spotify. And she has almost 9 million followers. It's not all the way there, but I didn't want to write out the whole number, so I just put 9 million. But yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say to fill your sneeze.
It went away.
What were your favorites? Or favorite?
My favorite was Happiness is a Butterfly, which is the 13th track on the album. I like it because in 2018, she tweeted, "Happiness is a butterfly, which when pursued is always just beyond your grasp, but which, if you sit down quietly, may alight upon you." And that's just a nice little thing. So it's just like we're always searching for happiness, and a butterfly is a metaphor for it, always flying away, and us trying to catch it and find it, but we can't catch it because it flies away.
Always looking for the next thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I don't know. I think it's cool. And then I also like, I like the chorus. I said, "Don't be a jerk. Don't call me a taxi. Sitting in your sweatshirt, crying in the backseat. Ooh, I just want to dance with you."
Ooh.
And she just wants to dance with her mans. And she just wants to be with him. I also like in the pre-chorus, there's the beginning of it is if he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that can happen to a girl who's already hurt?
You could be fucking murdered, but like
she has an unreleased song titled "Serial Killer," and on it she talks about being someone who chases after men for the thrill of the rush, as if, and I'm reading off of here, it says, as in she does not care about them for long, if at all. So, So in this song, she reverses it, saying that the man that she's lusting after is like a serial killer in the way that he doesn't have compassion for her, but she's already hurt.
Gotcha.
So
not like legit serial killer.
Correct.
Because, like, I'd rather get my feelings hurt than be brutally murdered by a crazy person. But, yeah, that's just me, I guess. I guess some people don't feel the same.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I think she released the first 4 or 5 tracks on the album as singles. So Norman Fucking Rockwell, Mariner's Apartment Complex, Venice Bitch. I don't know if she released Fuck It, I Love You. I think she released Do in Time. She also may have released Cinnamon
Do in
Girl.
Time was like a chart topper.
Yeah.
I think. I read that. I don't know what it topped or how. I don't know the details. I just know that it happened.
Mariner's Apartment Complex was first.
Oh, okay.
And she released that September 12th, 2018, so almost a year ago.
Which one said the summertime and the living is easy? Because I feel like I saw that on social media. People like...
Because, Lana lyrics are the best Instagram captions.
Right. I feel like I saw that a lot.
What was your favorite?
I said Fuck It, I Love You, and I also said Cinnamon, but I think I might like Fuck It, I Love You more. And that is more of just like, I like the way her voice sounds on it. I don't really, like, lyrically, I liked them all kind of equally, but just like the way, like, she just sounds so like, ooh, and pure on Fuck It, I Love You, and I liked that. She sounds so, ooh. I'm so good.
So on Pitchfork's review of the album, several times, I think 3 or 4 times in this review, they call her the next best songwriter of our generation, which is a valid statement.
Yeah.
She's just, man, she's good at what she does.
She's very good.
Have you listened to...
I saw that...
Oh.
Sorry.
Have you listened to Don't Call Me Angel? Because, oh my god, it's so bad.
Mm-mm.
It's so... Lana, Ariana, and Miley.
Oh, that song. Oh, I saw somebody tweet something and it was like, why is this a mess? And I listened to it and it was just like, and it was a mess.
The beat?
Yeah, it's just like,
and then all of a sudden, Lana's like, okay, we're going to take it down to my speed. Meanwhile, Ariana and Miley are on like the same level.
Ariana's over there like,
sorry, headphone users.
Yeah, turn down the volume 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, it was just like the weirdest. Like, I understand Ariana and Miley on a track together, but to add Lana to it,
yeah.
Like, but what's weird is that I could see Lana partnering with either 2 of those women separately, and
just
it could
not
work.
At once.
But not the 3 of them together. No, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Don't call me angel.
And then they're like, don't call me, and then Lana's like,
I know, for the majority of the song, she's just like, ooh, yeah.
God, the talent that radiates off of us is just
incredible.
Unmatched. Jesus.
Apparently, Lana calls herself a modern-day woman with a weak constitution. Witnessing a new revolution with monsters still under my bed that I could never fight off.
Yeah, that's me. That's me too. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. She talks in...
But okay.
Like, both Lana's lyrics and this Pitchfork article are using so many words that I just don't know.
They just opened the thesaurus and they were like, let me just replace every word with something from the thesaurus.
Oh my god, that's literally an episode of Friends. Joey does that.
Yes. Oh my god, you know how many girls come into Urban and they're like, do you have that sweatshirt that says Friends on it? And I'm like, I love Friends, okay? But you need to fucking like something else. Go find something else. That's it. That's my rant. I had like 3 people ask me for that sweatshirt literally just yesterday.
You know what they could do
And I was
is
like, what about
look
this?
for it.
This one mom was like, hi, do you have the sweatshirt that says friends on it? And her daughter was like, Mom, I have it. And she's like, I just can't find it anywhere. Like, she's telling me. And she's like, Mom, I have it. And she was just not listening to her daughter, who was like, I literally have it in my hands. And I didn't say anything, and I just pointed. And she turns around, she goes, oh, you have it. Yeah.
When I was at Urban the other day, so we had to go to Urban because we didn't have to go to Urban. We had to go to Keystone because Evan's computer was being weird. And I didn't feel like standing in Apple for 30 minutes while he got his computer fixed. So I went to Urban, and while I was in the dressing room feeling bad about myself, there were 2 moms that like ran into each other in the dressing room with their teenage daughters. And it was like a reunion. Like, they haven't seen each other in like 8 years. And they were talking about how like one of them has been divorced since they last spoke. And she's shopping. Yeah, this is my stepdaughter, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, this is what we're going to talk about in this Urban dressing room? You guys are making me upset.
That's my life, dude.
And then they were talking about how the one girl, which I related, her waist is small, but her legs are very long. So all jeans are too short on her. And I was like, gonna tell them to go to Madewell because they do personalized hemming there for free. And then they annoyed the piss out of me, so I just didn't tell them.
Yeah. That's my life.
Yeah.
The amount of moms, well, it's because it's mostly like rich white moms and their teen daughters.
Yeah, both of them were
want to be influencers.
platinum blonde rich moms.
Yes, that's the majority of who comes in. And like the mall that I work at is like the Michigan version of Keystone. So, but yesterday it happened also, but the last 2 times I've worked there has been a mom cussing out her daughter in the fitting room. The 2 separate times that has happened, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And then they try to include me in it. Like, literally one mom turned to look at me, she's like, I mean, what the fuck is she doing? And I was like, I just literally turned around and I was like, don't include me in this.
Also, don't yell at
your
child
yeah,
in
your
public.
Daughter's a dumb bitch. Yeah. And don't cuss out your children. That's not good. And like, the girl wasn't doing anything. She was having the same problem as, first of all, jeans aren't made to fit anybody anywhere, really.
It's true.
And it's like, and I have the issue with like my legs are a size bigger than my waist, you know? So like all my pants are too big. And this girl was having the issue. She's like, well, they just don't fit me in the waist. Like, I can't find any that fit me in the waist. And the mom was like, I don't fucking care. Just like find a pair of fucking jeans. I'm so sick of your shit. And the girl was just being like, she was just like, okay. Like, she was being so, like, she was just so
what the hell?
little. Oh man, I was so upset for her. And I really wanted to be like, you know, I had that problem too. Like, I can't find jeans that fit me. And I had like my Levi's on, and the mom's like, well, where'd you get those? And I was like, not here.
Goodwill.
Like, just don't even talk to me. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Back to Lana, I guess.
The only thing I really have left on here is that there's a lyric that says "fresh out of fucks forever," and I wrote that is me in a lyric, and it's real
Same.
true.
Yeah. Same. I don't care about nothing. I mean, I do. I care very deeply about many things, and I am stressed out all the time. But then I tell myself that I'm fresh out of fucks. I told my mom, I was like, yeah, like I had the interview with that job, but like I'm not gonna stress about it. Like I'm not worried. I literally have checked my email every 5 minutes for the past week, and I'm freaking out.
It's funny.
I'm never good at not stressing about things. I'm really bad. But yeah.
Oh, so next week I wrote it on here. Unless you have anything else to say about Lana.
I don't.
Next week, do you remember those 2 little girls that went viral for singing Robin's Call Your Girlfriend?
Maybe.
They were on Ellen. It was 2 little girls.
Oh, and the pink?
No, not the princess girls.
Oh. No, I don't know.
These 2
them.
little girls are like actually really good singers. And
Okay.
I'll send you it and you might remember. Anyways, one of them is now old. Well, they're both old now, but they're
Old.
like the oldest one is like our age. I think she's a
Okay.
couple years younger than us, but
Yeah, we're old as shit.
I am elderly.
I feel
I
like
know,
it.
I do too. Her name's Lennon Stella. It was Lennon and Maisie were the two.
Okay, I feel like that sounds familiar.
So Lennon is the older one. It's Lennon Stella, and she came out with an album. It's a short album, but it's not called an EP. She calls it an album. It's called Love Me, and it's pop music. And I have listened to this album on repeat for the last week, and I love it so much. And we're gonna do it next week.
Nice. Yeah.
It's pop. It's good. Her voice is good. She could honestly probably do any genre if she wanted to. We'll get into it next week.
Nice. So that means you have to come back.
Hell yeah.
God, that was the worst I've ever done.
You can tell us how bad we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you can find a podcast, we're probably there. If we're not, I'm sorry. Use a different podcast app.
If we're sorry, use Spotify because what have you been doing?
Yeah, it's the best. It's honestly the best because you can listen to everything you listen to all in one place.
Yeah. So where are you
Sponsored by Spotify. Just kidding. I wish.
God, yeah. I wish we could get a sponsor from anyone. If there's anybody out there that somehow hears this and you want to sponsor us, please. We are having a hard time. And by we, I mean mostly me. I don't speak for Taylor, but
anyways, have a musical Monday, you guys. We'll talk at you next week.
Do it. Come back.
Bye.
Bye.